I'm Ryan Lambert, and this is the Kayak Bass University. Kayak fishing is exploding across the market. It's the fastest growing segment of the sport, and it's super accessible for people. So, you know, the cost of ownership as far as buying your first kayak is relatively cheap when compared to bass boat fishing, and the tournament scene is at its highest level ever. We're now seeing national tournament trails that are paying out $10,000 a piece per event, and then up to $45,000 for their championships. This is a very attractive segment of the sport to get into, and I'm going to walk you through what it looks like on my tournament rig. So this will give you some ideas and best practices when you buy your first kayak to rig it out for tournament fishing. So the first thing that you'll notice is my net here laying on the front deck of the boat. I always keep my net here, and I have it laid up on the right gunnel. The reason I do this is I always land my fish on the right side. So this is a very quick and easy motion for me to swoop out and scoop my fish, hopefully without anything disastrous happening. Moving back on the kayak, you'll notice I have my fish finder here. I like my graph mounted up at the front. You can also mount it on either side on the rails. I don't like to do that because that's one more obstacle that could cost you landing that fish. Keep it up front. I usually will run live scope when I'm fishing out deeper. It's an easy selection process, just being able to lean up and change the view on my screen here. Moving back on the boat, you will notice I have a throttle control here. This throttle control is for my brushless electric trolling motor, which is stern mounted. Not all tournament series allow you to use a motor, but for the ones that do, I always keep this on, and it really allows you to cover a lot more water. When you're out there and you're kicking around using a pedal drive or paddling, you are limited to about 6 to 8 miles comfortably during a day. Utilizing a motor, that'll expand you out to 16 to 18 miles of water that you're actually able to break down. I highly recommend it. It does really maximize your time on the water. Some people say it detracts a little bit from the essence of kayak fishing, but it adds a lot more fun. This is the seat. The Hobie Pro Angler has a fairly high seat on it. One accessory that I definitely recommend is something so simple. It's called a kayak cushion. That's just a closed cell foam cushion that you sit on, and it really adds a lot of comfort to your boat and can make it a lot more enjoyable for a day on the water. Behind the seat here, I have my Yak Attack Black Pack. There are several different storage options on the market as far as tackle storage goes. I really like this one. The lid seals really well on top, so it keeps your gear safe and secure. You can even leave it in the kayak while traveling if you strap it down. It has a ton of room as far as for soft plastics bags and multiple boxes. This system also has integrated rod holders on either side here. So I have 6 rod tubes here. There are 2 rod tubes that are integrated into the rear tank well of the kayak. It also has 6 rod tubes that are horizontal rod storage inside the kayak up front as well. Behind the Black Pack, I always either keep a small bag of soft plastics here, or if it's really hot summertime fishing, I'll keep a cooler with some cold drinks. You'll see my batteries for my motor are at the rear. I do that to balance the weight. I have a large battery up front to run my fish finder, my GoPros, and my live scope. So I keep these 2 batteries back here to help balance the weight, and it really makes the boat plane out and a lot more balanced on the water. Finally, at the rear of the kayak here, we have this is a Newport Vessels trolling motor. So this particular motor allows me to run any lithium batteries that I would like to. So I'm not going to say it's unlimited range, but it's a greatly extended range over some other competitors that have just one single size battery that you can run. With this setup here, I can run for about 2 days without needing a charge. In addition to my large tackle storage crate behind my seat, I also have a quick access under seat storage here that allows me to store 4 tackle boxes for quick access. So let's say I'm fishing a derb and I know that there are 4 techniques or presentations that I'm really going to focus on. I'll keep those just here under the seat so I can quickly access them in case I need to change colors or change baits in a hurry.